हेलो स्टूडेंट्स। आज इंग्लिश का मॉडल क्वेश्चन पेपर सॉल्व करते हैं। एचएस मॉडल क्वेश्चन पेपर 2024 क्लास 11 सेमेस्टर 2। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं शॉर्ट आंसर टाइप क्वेश्चन से। आंसर एनी 2 क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम प्रोज एंड वर्ड्स ऑफ द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चंस ईच इन अबाउट 40 वर्ड्स। तो यहाँ पर प्रोज एंड वर्ड्स दोनों में से दो दो क्वेश्चन अटैम्प्ट करने हैं, लेकिन टोटल जितना क्वेश्चन है उतने के ही हम लोग सॉल्व करेंगे। एग्ज़ाम में बस आपको दोनों में से दो दो करके करना है, जो कि 2-2 मार्क्स के हैं। तो 2 × 4 = 8 मार्क्स। तो प्रोज प्लस पोएम मिला के 8 मार्क्स के आंसर्स आपको देने हैं। तो चलिए फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन स्टार्ट करते हैं। What does Jimmy's suitcase contain? The answer is Jimmy's suitcase contained his set of safe cracking tools. स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पर थोड़ा प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक हो गया है आंसर में। जिमीज सूटकेस कंटेंड जो है वहाँ पर कंटेंट की जगह कंटेन्स होगा, बिकॉज क्वेश्चन सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस में है, व्हाट डज है, तो आंसर भी हमें सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस में ही देना है। तो वहाँ प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक होने के कारण कंटेंड ईडी लग गया है जहाँ ईएस होगा। तो जिमीज सूटकेस कंटेन्स हिज सेट ऑफ सेफ क्रैकिंग टूल्स। The second question is, how does Ben Price realize that Jimmy Valentine is the mastermind behind the recent burglaries? The answer is, investigating the recent crime scenes of the burglaries after Jimmy's release from prison, Ben Price notices that the combination knob and the tumblers are punched out with only one hole. Ben Price realizes that only Jimmy has the tools to carry out such artful burglaries. Therefore, he realizes that Jimmy Valentine is the mastermind behind the recent burglaries. The third question is, what is Mother Teresa's point of view about drug addiction among young people? The answer is, Mother Teresa felt that young boys and girls in the West get addicted to drugs because there is no one in their family to take care of them or to advise them. Their parents are busy in their own lives, and the children, being lonely, get involved in drugs. The fourth question is, what was Mother's plans for prize money? The answer is, Mother Teresa intended to make a home for the homeless with the Nobel Prize money. Her objective behind giving shelter to the poor was to spread more and more love, as she believed that love begins at home. The fifth question is, what does Laura realize at the end of the garden party? The answer is, the story concludes with Laura's journey from innocence to maturity, taking her into the deeper complexities of life beyond her superficial world. She understands that in death everyone is equal, and it brings a sense of eternal peace that transcends societal pretensions and class divisions. The sixth question is, what do the flowers symbolize in the garden party? The answer is, the flowers mentioned in the garden party symbolize different things. The roses symbolize the wealth and show-off attitude of the Sheridans as they gain prominence in the garden. The lavender show virtue and simplicity. The lilies represent royalty, standing aloof, showing status. The caracas are the native plants of beautification. The seventh question is, what does Bacon mean to suggest when he says studies serve for ability? The answer is, Bacon in his essay of Studies delves deep into the pros and cons of study. According to him, one out of many uses of studies is that it benefits us greatly by providing us with a special ability. This is a cognitive ability that comes in real handy when we are faced with situations which call for sound judgment and deft handling on our part. More often than not, we are to confront issues in our daily mundane lives, and we are at a loss as to how to solve and overcome them. And this is where the ability engendered by studies empowers us and leads us to the right direction. The eighth question is, explain the phrase Abiens studia in mors. Abiens studia in mors is a Latin expression taken from Ovid, which means studies pass into and influence manners. The reading of books has an influence on our mental and moral faculties. This is true in case of certain subjects as stated by Bacon. History increases wisdom, poetry enhances imagination, mathematics makes a person supple, philosophy deepens thinking, and logic and rhetoric helps to contend. प्रोज से इतने क्वेश्चन थे जिसमें से 2 अटेम्प्ट करना है. अब पोएम शुरू करते हैं. The first question is, this grew, I gave commands, then all smileys stopped together. What character of the Duke is revealed here? The answer is, as the Duchess, habit of showing appreciation and kindness to all and sundry kept on growing, the angry Duke intolerantly decided the sternest possible course of action to stop the smiles of the Duchess. With this action, the Duke presents himself as an idiosyncratic, evil-minded, arrogant, cruel, dominating husband and a cold-blooded murderer. The second question is, how did the Duchess respond to the white mule in her afternoon ride? The answer is, it is learnt from the words of the Duke that the Duchess was fond of riding and she used to ride on a white mule around the terrace, much to the displeasure of the Duke. The third question is, what do the first 2 lines of the poem Still I Rise signify? The answer is, the first 2 lines of the poem Still I Rise indicate that for centuries the blacks have been depicted cruelly and dishonestly in history books by white colonialists. The phrase bitter, twisted lies means unpleasant, distorted facts. The whites rewrite history by changing the facts and mixing them with lies to portray the oppressed in a poor light. As the poet's protest is against the white community and they influence the writings, her struggles would be misrepresented, thus demeaning the black community. The fourth question is, what does Anglio suggest to the reader by addressing the oppressor figure as you? The answer is, in the poem Still I Rise, you refers to white colonialists who felt that the blacks were inferior to them and treated them as slaves. The poet addresses the poem to you, taunts her oppressors and asserts the inevitability of her rise. I refers to not only the poet herself but also her entire race, the black community. She also represents the black woman who she encourages not to bow down to oppression. So बच्चों, प्रोज एंड पोएम का क्वेश्चन आंसर हो गया है. अब इसके बाद लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन आएगा जिसमें प्रोज एंड पोएम से लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन आएंगे जिसमें से एक अटेम्प्ट करना है 6 मार्क्स का. एंड देन रैपिड रीडर का क्वेश्चन आएगा 5 मार्क्स का. एंड उसके बाद नॉन टेक्सचुअल ग्रामर और राइटिंग आएगा. तो ये टोटल मिलाकर 40 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन बनेगा. तो मैंने प्रोज एंड पोएम का दे दिया है शॉर्ट आंसर टाइप क्वेश्चंस वाला. इसके बाद वाले वीडियो में लॉन्ग आंसर टाइप क्वेश्चंस वाला दे दूँगी एंड देन ग्रामर एंड राइटिंग हम लोग करेंगे. सो थैंक यू.